We are here for yet another episode of At the Buzzer. With me, as always, the bistro of basketball knowledge. He is the one, the only G. And we normally record on Tuesday nights, G, but there's a special reason we got to it tonight. And it's kind of a somber day for some and a celebratory day for others.
That's true. This is the ultimate tilt the camera for depending on who's looking through the camera and which lens will really determine how you feel about this. But I just see that we got a postcard here from Dallas.
Oh, we got a
That wouldn't
postcard
have
from
anything.
Dallas.
That wouldn't have anything to do with it, would it?
It might be. What does the postcard say there, G?
You're too good here. It's well, it's just one dude sitting in a chair, and outside it says job office. And it looked very much like Nico in the chair that's sitting there. Are they trying to imply that they fired Nico Harris?
I believe that's the rumor I heard from the basketball bulletin, DLLS Sports as well.
That's a cruel
And
way to do it through a postcard. My God,
oh no, oh no, it's worse than that. It's worse than that, dude.
what
It
the?
was a Sham Charania tweet, and the
See,
tweet said something. And the tweet said something to the effect of, Nico Harrison has a meeting with manager ownership at 10 a.m. So it was kind of leaked that he was going to be let go today. And, it's fitting that he found out about being fired the same way we found out about the Luca trade.
from the Shams, half man, half hair.
I think he's a third robot, but that's just us. That's just me.
Oh yeah, he cracks me up, man. But he did break the news, and that's huge news on completing the circle of what was the biggest trade in NBA history, according to some. So it's it's
According to some.
a it's a long
Yeah,
time
but
coming.
yeah. Uh, I have a
So,
Mavs brother who's a Mavs fan who was rejoicing today at the news. I, on the other hand, took the very measured approach of, let's remember that a human being lost his job today. You
but
know.
besides that, you got your hunk of flesh, right? You got your
Oh, that's what I
science.
said earlier. Yeah, you've got your pound of flesh now. Mavs fans, please just go about your business.
Yeah,
Uh, it
and
won't happen,
yeah,
but please go about your business.
yeah. There's so much to unpack with this one, but it just needed to be done. I think everybody's on that same page. Like nobody thought that that was going to be sustainable the way it was, the way the relationship was with the city and the fans and stuff. It was the definition of untenable.
Well, I also found out that what's his name? The owner's name again is Dumont, Patrick Dumont.
Hmm.
He apparently had a conversation with a kid last week in the stands where he admitted to have been making a mistake with the Luca trade, and saying he underestimated the value of Luka Doncic to the Mavs faithful, and he said he's trying to make it right. So I don't know if this is the first step in making it right, but it's a
Let me
weird
tell
day in
you,
Dallas.
yeah, it's so similar to Jerry Jones, who's also in Dallas. You know what I mean? The
Oh,
owners here,
there were also jokes about let's go after Jerry next, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
here's the difference. Jerry owns the team.
Yeah,
So this owner is not as, here's my hot take, Mo. Props to Jerry Jones for being willing to actually sack up and say it was your decision because it's your money,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This guy's going to slowly start to make it sound like it was Nico. Like, oh, I underestimated the. No, you did. You just didn't want to pay him. You know. No, I had no. You knew. You knew.
You know, you know.
You're a billionaire, and you made a very crude business decision. I think it was the right one, but it was a crude dollars and cents thing. And talking to a kid, you might be more like just trying to make it relate to the kid or whatever. But uh, behind closed doors, we know what the pocketbook is saying, yes or no. And they said no.
No, I said no.
And they knew that was going to bury them for years, but they made the choice anyways. So I don't know how you can make up for something that you went into with clear knowledge, you know?
Well, the excuse that's flying around the basketball circles is Patrick Dumont, and I don't allegedly doesn't know much about basketball.
That's definitely why you should. Yeah, yeah,
That's why,
yeah.
and I will say this one more time, but Mark, please be quiet. But I'm gonna defend you here, Mark. You should have left Mark in charge of basketball operations. That would have been your smartest move.
I think he might have set the stage for what actually happened. Something just kind of hit me because when you set the stage of appeasing somebody in every single demand and you treat them like a royal king, and then that house comes crashing down because you didn't need that attitude when you were coming into the season, one could say Cuban set the stage for this
He could have, but
because Luca
I would
wasn't
also
going to be humbled, right? He was being treated like a god before getting earning it. That's not his fault. He was just treated that way by Cuban who loved him so much. That was
yes.
not going to make Luca better. It took tragedy to make Luca better.
And Laker Nation thanks Nico Harrison for that because, like I
You got
said
new
earlier
fans.
today, like I said earlier today, I think Nico woke the dragon within Luca.
Again, you can call it Nico's thing, but he doesn't have $8 billion to spend on a team.
No, he does not.
Like his
But
opinion, I'm sure, is a respected opinion, but at the end of the day, the sergeant general takes his thing from the people and he makes the call, or it goes one up because the generals make it. You know what I'm saying? But at the top,
Nico wanted all the power and he didn't have it at the end of the day. Let's put it that
I guess, but he knew he didn't have the power because you don't have the money. So the buck stops at the person who has the money because if they're saying, "Oh, I just trusted the my advisors," Uh, no, you didn't, because you would have got more than one opinion like any other business person would, right?
way.
So they're just the whole thing.
It's like when the WWE lets the wrestlers go and they say it's due to budget cuts. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Exactly. Yeah, they just didn't want to pay Luca the supermax because they didn't think he could get a championship. It's as simple as that.
And I will back Nico on one thing, and Demont too to a certain extent. I don't think that version of Luca wins a title.
I agree. I
But
agree.
I want to say one thing. Notice what I said. I don't think that version of Luca wins a title.
And that version, though, was the Cuban incubated god, right?
Yeah,
That didn't
and
have to
now
go
I
come
think
into thing in shape, didn't have to do it just because why would
just because why would you, right? Like
well, if you were being told every single day you're God's gift to basketball, and once everybody learns to respect that, boy,
no,
things will be
because that's the
gravy.
bistro of basketball knowledge.
That's it. Should have come
That's
into place first for the real authentic cheese, but we got some artificial. We got the craft singles up in there.
yeah. If it seems like we're talking about the Mavs a lot, it's because it's a very big day.
It's a
And
big story. Yeah.
I wanna ask you something. We've seen coffins outside the American Airlines Arena. Are we gonna see Mardi Gras at some point because of this event?
You'd be the best person to tell me actually, because I think this is going to play out like wrestling. Because in any big hero and villain story, it goes through ups and downs, right? Hero, villains, heel becomes hero, hero becomes villain. Um, it depends which one it's going, and you kind of have to read the audience, right? And the writers will then kind of go according to the.
Yes,
So
yes.
what's the
But
vibe?
here's the
What's the thing
problem:
in the water? What do you see coming?
the hero's gone, and now so is the villain. So you're just kind of in this weird limbo of
Yeah,
what do we do now? Like
you've got a burgeoning hero in Cooper Flag, and you might have a villain in AD.
the big news now is they're gonna try to move off of AD. I don't know how successful you're gonna be in doing that. And I love Anthony Davis, but this is my postcard. Can I do a personal postcard to street clothes?
Yeah, where's it
This was
coming
not
from? First,
planned
though, we got to ask what geographic location.
from here. This is me being AD's agent, and here's my postcard. If you have the power to veto a trade, which I know he does not, he does not have a no trade clause. I would tell him I'm not going XYZ. And because that's not good for me, I'm already an aging guy. You stick me in Washington, I'm just gonna be forgotten like 1970s furniture. If you try to send me to a place like I don't know, he's got a hometown somewhere, Chicago, mm, I might consider that. You're
Hmm.
telling me the Bulls couldn't use a power forward like Anthony Davis, a healthier Anthony Davis?
Maybe a Vucevic needs a change of scenery.
It could be,
Maybe one of those young guns like a Somnu or Dias. I can't remember how to say the names. We'll learn them.
but
That's
but I'm
interesting.
just but I'm just saying, as your agent, I want you to go somewhere where you can compete. Not necessarily win a title, but compete for a title.
And right now, that's apparently anybody in the East.
Yeah, we'll get to that right now, actually, because the East is the most wide open it has ever been, I would think.
Hmm.
Because even when they were dominant, even when the East was dominating, there was always Michael and Patrick, or
Hmm.
Michael and Reggie, carrying the East through the '90s. And then LeBron kind of took the 20s all the way to 2020, basically. So the
Hmm.
East might be more wide open than it's been in the last 50 years, I would say. No, because even before that, you had Bird and Magic. So, yeah, probably the most it's been wide open ever, maybe.
I got a quick trade pitch for you. Just and we can pin it. And you just think about it for later. AD for Josh Allen and Darius Garland.
Okay, but Josh Allen's in Buffalo and Darius Garland's in Cleveland. So I don't know how you're gonna.
You got to make it work. That's not on me.
I don't know how you're gonna. And Josh Allen also plays football, so I don't know how you're gonna make
He's
that
just
work.
so he's so good though. He's so good. Not last weekend.
Jared Allen. Yeah, I just had to
Thank
pick
you,
up
my
on
friend.
the Josh Allen thing. That
Oh,
was
that was brilliant. Yeah.
that was gold.
Uh,
Yeah.
he is good though. We can't take that.
Uh,
He'd probably be able to
I,
throw that ball in the net.
if I was Cleveland, I would take that deal, and I will explain why.
Hmm.
Not because it necessarily makes me a better team, because it might or it might not, but also I just need a change. I need to change something in Cleveland
You just got
because the
dunked on
way
by
there's
Andrew Wiggins to end the game.
oh, that one hurt, didn't it?
Point 0.6 left on the clock, and nobody was even within 6 feet of him.
That one hurt. Hold
You
on.
got
I'm just
two
gonna.
7-footers on your team, and nobody stood in front of the net to stop an alley oop being. Yeah, my brain broke.
Yeah.
It broke. I was like, all right, blow it up. Somebody's got to help Donovan here because I can't.
Uh,
I can't watch. It hurts.
I got a question about. Like I'm in school. I'm gonna raise my hand here. I got a question. Is Donovan Mitchell the most overrated star in the league at the moment?
I would actually go the complete other direction. The most underrated.
Okay, explain. Because I'm looking at his tenure in Utah and Cleveland, and I'm like, he seems to have a track record of a guy who just doesn't get it done. And
I
it's
don't
not
put him
fair
in
to put
that.
it all on one guy, but
Yeah, with this one, man, I think I can sell you on it. Him being more in the Barkley Nash category than the DeMarcus Cousins category.
okay.
Um, in Utah, we've seen now how limited Gobert is, and if Gobert was supposed to be number two, all right, we can see Donovan was making magic out of nothing there, truly,
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't even have Markkinen at the time. So cut to Cleveland, and we see him take them from nothing to top of the East, dominating. He's putting in 70. He's putting in this. He's doing that. He's unstoppable. He's not bent or broken at any point. He puts in their best winning record of the Cavs franchise since LeBron, or even maybe ever. And then they blow it so hard in the playoffs because he's getting beat up every game, and his team looks like they're watching a chess
And
match. They're just like as checked out as I've seen an NBA team. And my heart broke for him because I'm like, here's somebody giving 8 pounds of flesh. And there's a bunch of guys that are like, hey, get him next time. So that's what,
yeah,
and I see that body language, right? So I'm like, they're saying on Donovan, my heart goes out to him because I just see this dude killing it. Even in that last game, he hit a fadeaway three to,
I'm glad you said
you
that.
know.
I'm glad you said that because there's a method to my madness there. I wanted to dispel the rumor that was going around in the NBA that it was like Donovan's this guy. Donovan's that dude.
I
Okay.
hate to break to everybody, but he is definitely that dude. Give him the proper team, and it's over. But we all don't get that lucky, right? So it is time and place.
It's
Will you
like
get
Connor
lucky?
McDavid in Edmonton. You can't blame him for their struggles. You can't blame Donovan for the Cavs' struggles.
No, that dude put on miracles on the regular basis through that last run. And it was still like last game against the Heat, the lowly Heat. Just kidding. The rising Heat. Um, but he did
Yeah,
everything he could. He hit a Steph Curry like shot, fading with guy in his face. No, we couldn't cover Andrew Wiggins for a backdoor alley to end the game. Sorry, Dono. It's like, yeah,
and
man,
that's the
come on.
disheartening thing, isn't
God,
it?
does he have
Is
to
like
do everything?
when you have that talent, and the only thing I can compare it to is hockey, because like when Connor McDavid leaves after 13 years, if we don't win a Stanley Cup for him, we can't cry. And Cavs fans, you're gonna cry. You're gonna be like, Donovan, why'd you leave us? And Donovan's gonna be like, because I gave you everything I had and you didn't support me with the right pieces.
Hey, man, Stephen A had it right. On the Knicks, he would have looked so good just being in the MSG darling, but Brunson had to find his way in and take that seat. So
By the way, you know how much I love Stephen A, right? I'm gonna call Stephen A out right now, even though I love Stephen A. It's Pablo Torre. It is
is he
not
getting his
Pablo
name right?
Torres. It is Pablo Torre, Mr. Stephen A. Smith. And I know you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars more than I am. And I know you don't care what I think. But at least get the guy's name right. It's Pablo Torre.
Let me tell you, man, if he can't get Victor Wembanyama's name right, he's not going to get Pablo Torre right because he still can't get Victor's name right. There's no way somebody hasn't corrected him every day.
What? Are you serious?
Look it up.
Wembenyama.
He goes, when bin Yemen or something like that. He puts an extra N in there and it changes it entirely. And you're like, wait, is that how it's actually said? Because he keeps saying it like that.
No, it's Wembenyama.
Yeah, it's bizarre. He's like maybe one of those old
It's
dudes that
like
kind of
trying to get
reminds me up
Charles
north.
Barkley to spell Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I mean, you probably know some of those folks though up north in the sense that there's certain words where people will take them on and they're not interested in hearing how you would say it. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to say it the way they say
It,
it because they've earned that sort of level. And I think Stephen A's like that. He's like, oh, you're right. That is probably how you say it. Not for me.
who's going to correct me? It's like when we had the conversation
Yeah.
about the Lakers being the evil empire of the NBA, right? What was my answer? What you gonna do about it?
Mhm. Yeah, they're the scapegoat for us teams when we have nobody to be mad at but ourselves, and that's not fun sometimes. So we need a scapegoat. I don't blame Mavs fans for needing a scapegoat. I think in wrestling, in life, we all need some sense of justice, even
In
when it's performed.
basketball, we need scapegoats.
Yeah, we need to perform justice,
Huh.
even if it's just performance. And so head on the stick, Nico gone. That's it's a good
I have a
performance.
question for you about Dallas, by the way, since we're circling back.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw out a name I heard all day today, and you tell me what you think. Masai Ujiri.
do it, do it. That would be
How
karma
much would that
at work.
repair the how much would that repair the relationship with Mavs fans if he said, not only did I get rid of Nico Harrison, but I brought you the Messiah, Masai Ujiri.
It'd be a brilliant move on the owner's part as a PR move. It would also probably end the next 10 years of good times in Dallas because we know what's on the other side.
Masai don't play.
No, man, and I don't know. What's your take on Masai? You gotta fill me in here.
Here's my thing with Masai. Masai is a very good GM, very bad president.
Hmm.
Because,
It's
and I'll
interesting.
tell you
Yeah.
why. Because when he's in control, when he's steering the ship, when he's the guy like putting the team together, he does a very good job.
It's got good
But he
instincts.
cannot. But when he hired Bobby Webster and he sat there as the president for 6 years, and he never threw Bobby under the bus once. Not
Hmm.
once do I, and I could be wrong. I'll throw that caveat out there now that I
No,
could be wrong.
he made a pointed effort to own it every time, whatever was going on. So I give him
But
that.
he didn't throw Bobby Webster under the bus too often.
No, he owned
So
every mistake, every win, every mistake though. So
so as far as being a GM goes, Masai's at the top of my list.
hmm,
If he's if Patrick Dumont is not on the phone today with Masai Ujiri, and even if Masai says no, at least be like, "Hey, I made the phone call.
get the rumor going. Yeah, because then it shows that
Yeah,
you're.
I made the phone call."
Yeah.
Just to start repairing that image a little bit. And how about this? Speaking of Raptors news, we're
Hmm.
above 500. G
Keep it going. Keep it going.
six and five.
It's Raptors.
So I've been thinking about this all day, and I didn't want to ask you earlier because I wanted to save it for the pod. And my question is this: is the West so much more superior than the East that we're set up for a dud final, or do you see somebody in the East that can put up a fight against the Western Conference champions? I'm
Hmm.
just curious because I don't really see that contender in the East right now. So
Well, then I think you're lying to yourself because I think you do. I think you just gotta. Tune into your Mo inner Mo there, and you'll see Detroit basketball is back, baby. They're 8, 9, and 2. Cade Cunningham's playing like the boss he's always been meant to be. Jalen
Detroit
Duren's
could very
looking like
easily win the East.
an Adonis. He's looking bigger than Giannis out there. Uh, Isaiah Stewart's not even playing. He's just sitting there looking mean, reminding everybody about that time he chased LeBron James around the stadium. You know what I'm saying? They got Detroit basketball. They're not scared of nobody. They won against the Knicks last year, but the refs had to do their thing, keep the viewership up, whatever. That's that's not my circus. But Detroit, dude, what do you think?
I think they got a good shot as anybody to win the Eastern Conference.
Okay, what do you think
After
about the
today,
whole as them being contenders, though?
as them being contenders, it depends on the matchup.
They're gonna outwork anybody.
I
Tell you
I
that right
would
now.
agree with that. I would agree with that.
Even OKC. Let's say it's OKC, Detroit. Tell me what you think.
Oh, OKC might come out in 6, but they'd be covered in bumps and bruises along the way.
I like that matchup actually.
By the way, if you're still here, drop a like on the video, subscribe. I know I should do that more often, but self promotion's never really been my thing.
Yeah, there's many ways to go about it, right? Sometimes it's in more creative avenues than we would think these days.
That's true, and I think the fact that we've been more consistent this year really helps us out.
Yeah, it keeps up like any good streak. Rhythm is key. Consistency is key. And if the East were to fall today, I think it's Detroit, and that's the spot that's
Milwaukee
open. Milwaukee because of Giannis. It's Giannis and some guys, but it's
is always
Giannis.
Giannis and some guys. Well, with the
Middleton had a
exception of
role when
Miles
he
Turner.
was. Yeah, yeah. I think Miles Turner could play that Middleton role. You don't have to be great; you just need to be good. And Miles Turner is going to be good. So yeah, Milwaukee. But if a team plays like a team, they should be able to stand
If
with
we
Milwaukee.
if we got a Milwaukee Detroit Eastern Conference final, would you be disappointed?
No, not at all. I mean,
Not at
I'd be
all.
sad the Raps
Not
aren't
at
there,
all.
but no, from a basketball standpoint, no.
But at least the Raps this year are giving us a product we can be proud of. Like
And yeah,
there's been seasons in the past where you're like just not even proud to be a Raptor fan.
hmm but
And
don't
case in
tell
point, there
Mavs
were
fans that.
huh?
Don't tell Mavs fans that because there were some dark Messiah years.
Yeah, there were some dark Messiah years. But yeah, so where do we go from here, G? You know where I go from here? Let's do
Seinfeld moment of the
Seinfeld.
week.
Let's do the
Oh,
Seinfeld moment of the week. Great minds think alike.
I love it. I
You've
love
had
it.
something on your mind. I do not know what this is. So, G, let me have it.
All right. So something I've noticed over the time that we've known each other is that you've got a savant-like ability to connect, um, some basketball conversation or even a life conversation that we're having to a beloved pop
TV
culture
shows.
type, yeah, TV show, movie, or something like that. That's like almost everybody knows, so it makes it super relatable and easy to understand or have a laugh at. And so we did
Mm-hmm.
that with The Simpsons. We've done that with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and we've done some Seinfeld. And sitting there today thinking, oh, we should be doing a Seinfeld of the week because there's so many moments of
The great
Seinfeld
moments.
things that there's likely to be one every week. So without further ado, that was my pitch to you to see if you could throw a Seinfeld moment of the week at us, and I'll leave it free form to you to take it from there.
The Seinfeld moment of the week for me happened tonight, actually.
Mhm.
And it was the Golden State Warriors just laying a thump, being thumped by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you might have a thing in your brain going, why do you think this is a Seinfeld moment? But if you remember, there was an episode where Kramer swore off gambling and his buddy tried to become a bookie. And I remember he gave him 31 points because he thought he'd win. But Reggie got ejected from the game and the Knicks blew him out by like 45 points and he lost. And the entire time he's trying to get time to make money to give to Jerry because Jerry won the bet. Because remember, Kramer couldn't bet, so he did it for Jerry. So he could still say, I didn't gamble. But
He used Jerry as a beard. That's what
But
you're saying.
yeah, he used Jerry as a beard. And the funny thing about it was Jerry won because uh Reggie got kicked out of the game and it just looked like there was nobody playing for the Warriors tonight.
Mm, damn.
And it was not a game that you expected from and look, I know the fall of the dynasty is here. I even said that last year, but it just
Yeah,
looked like a bunch of dudes, including Steph. Like even Steph just looked like a dude out there tonight. And it
man,
looked like there was zero interest in playing the game of basketball. And that's
man.
probably what it felt like when the Pacers lost Reggie for that night in storyline. Probably didn't feel like playing.
Hmm.
And that's just what came to mind. So there's your Seinfeld moment of the week.
I love it. I love it because there is always a moment of Seinfeld for any uh, situation,
Any
I think,
occasion, dude.
and I think that's a very
I will even
appropriate
go as
one.
far to say as Seinfeld is like the most relatable show to be put to TV
It might be. It might be, and it's
because
easily one of the most quoted.
it was just a show about everyday life and the weird stuff that happens to you.
Hmm.
And I think that makes it so relatable.
Oh yeah, all the little dynamics, like even that conversation you were saying between the Mavs owner and the on the kid court side, like the fact that that's a story and a dynamic and the thing that actually happened, you just know there was something Seinfeldian in there that would have been episode worthy, or at least a
Yeah,
reference.
that there is, but we'll get into that another time because
Oh yeah, that's our
it's a
we
real
had our
fun.
moment of the week. Yeah, yeah.
It's a real funny scene that I'm thinking about right now. But we'll get into that next week, maybe. Bring that
Mm,
up next week. That'll be next week's moment of the week.
mm.
We like doing these little things, and
I thought the
we
Simpsons
bounce.
character was so good too. So,
Oh yeah, we're saving that for the All Star break, by the way.
oh yeah.
So when the league shuts down, there will still be a podcast in February
Mm,
because we're gonna do a Simpsons episode on that one. But
mhm.
currently, I have a question. Who is the biggest threat to the Oklahoma City Thunder's NBA title this year?
Definitely not the Warriors, but the sounds of things.
No, no, no.
Yeah, it's a great question, man. Do you have anybody at the top of your list?
I do. The Denver Nuggets.
Ooh, yeah. Who's on TV right now playing the Island of Misfit Toys, or sorry, the Sacramento Kings?
The island of we don't belong in the NBA. The G League Kings.
It, no, they're like the post league kings, like the guys that are cooked but not cooked, like they still have life. Schroeder, Levine, DeRozan, Westbrook, Sabonis, the list goes on, man.
You know what was my surprise of the day?
What's that?
Kevin Love got sat for rest issues. Kevin Love got rest. Kevin Love got sat for being an old man today. And I didn't even know Kevin Love was still in the league.
I didn't either. That's bizarre. Learn something new every day.
Like he
Yeah.
should just be an assistant coach at this point.
Yeah,
And I can't even remember what team that was for.
man.
But I
Yeah,
saw it today and I was like, he's still going?
I think Denver's a safe pick to be the threat. I like that. They took them seven. last year, and it came down to it. Just they didn't have enough juice. They had Michael Porter Jr. They had the coaching switch. They had soft bench for the most part, but they stacked the bench. They changed the coach. They swapped Porter, and everybody's healthy. Jamal's looking locked in. There's no reason they shouldn't be making a hell of a run this year.
If it were to land this way in the Western Conference playoffs, who you got in the 7 game series, the Nuggets or the Thunder?
Go with the Nuggets, man. I really believe in Joker. If you give him the tools, similar to a Donovan Mitchell, if you give him the tools, if you'd be stupid not to bet on them. Like Shea,
That's the
same
same
deal,
thing.
but Shea just got one, and that's tough to do, man. That young, like if he does, oh my god! But I wouldn't
But
have that
now,
expectation of him.
but now we will forever look at Shea as a champion. Like the thing that if you're not great, which I'm not saying that Shea isn't great because he is, but if you're not, or if you're great, the big knock on you is you're not a champion, right? Look at Charles, look at all these other guys, Stockton and Malone, all those
Paul
guys
Westbrook, yeah,
are great. But as soon as you put a ring on your finger, it puts you in a different category. Fair or not, fair or not, that happens.
exactly, exactly. Fair or not, yeah, man.
And here's my question, and forgive me if I've asked this before because I feel like I have.
Hmm.
Where does that put Robert Ory in the pantheon of players?
One behind Austin
Like, does his seven
Reeves.
rings get him into the hall? G's shaking his head. Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be pretty rude not to. That many is crazy. Can you imagine? I
Or is it
can't,
six? I can't remember. But either way, it's ridiculous.
man. And as we're seeing with guys that are so talented, the Anthony Edwards, the all these guys, they haven't even sniffed or touched the ring yet. So it's
Well,
a heck of a
here's
thing,
my
man.
thing, and I'm not picking on Anthony Edwards. I'm calling out the whole younger generation here of NBA players. They seem to run from the pressure like nobody else.
Sign of the times.
Like for me, if I'm tasked with a job, right, and my job is to be the coach or the focal point of the operation, I take that with pride. I take that challenge with pride. I'm like,
When in
I'm
charge,
gonna
take
get this
charge.
done. Yeah, and if it's on me if I fail, it's on me if I fail.
Hmm.
But the fact that these young cats run from all this so-called pressure, it really makes me look at them funny
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of different ways. Cause basketball is a game. Is that how you react in life too? Like I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it, my friend.
Hmm.
And if you can't handle adversity on the basketball court, I'm starting to wonder how you might handle adversity off the basketball court.
Hmm. So it's always easy to be happy when it's sunny outside. You know.
And everybody wants to be on the team when you're winning.
Hmm.
You know how you find out who your shoulder soldiers are? When you're down and out, nobody wants to be around you.
Hmm.
Who are the people that are going to be like, no, you get back up?
Who's
Who
the
are
one that's
those people going
dragging
to
you?
be in your life?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, man. So it's a great point, and I think it's actually not just young guys; it's specifically Western, like I don't want to say America as like,
North
but it
American.
but it's not North American. It is American. So I feel bad saying it, but it's true. There's something to the AAU system, I think, that creates this weird separation between how to stay getting better in this game rather than once you're there, boom, fine. made it. Oh, the whole goal, everything is to get to the NBA. And once you get there, that motivation seems to start slipping for some of these guys because it's so hard to get there. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard, but
Yeah, but you also have to stay there. Like,
it's a confusing thing. Yeah. So maybe I shouldn't paint it all one way, but it does seem like the young big superstars are all from other places, right? All the MVPs, the Giannis, the Joker, the people that saw adversity and
hey, the good
just,
Canadian kid.
yeah, they took adversity and ran right through that wall. Didn't turn back, took everybody along with them. Bam. Not seeing that so much from some of that other generation. So prove us wrong.
Prove it. That's what do I always say? Please prove me wrong. You know,
Mhm.
because I most of the guys I'm hard on, and G will back me up on this. Most of the guys I'm hard on, I'm rooting for.
Mm. Yeah.
That that's the thing. If I'm not hard on you, it probably means I don't think about you that much. If I'm not hard on you, it means I don't care how good you're playing.
Man.
There's
Speaking
a
of
reason I
which,
get upset. There's a reason I get upset, and it's because I expect more from those people.
hmm, high expectations are not a bad thing. It means people know you're capable of them. Right?
And that's the whole thing. It goes back to if I don't care, then you should start worrying.
Mm.
Because if I don't think you're capable and you're laying in your pajamas and you're just sitting there and I'm just like, okay, then you have a problem because if you can't convince me that you're capable of doing more than what you're doing and you get not empathy but apathy from me, if you've got me at a point of, you know what, I've tried everything I can do,
Oh,
that's
you're
a
killing
problem.
me. You're killing me here, man. I'm trying not to bring it back to the Mavs, but I think that's the exact feeling that happened with the Mavs is like, what else can we do? We've tried everything to motivate you to get better. And they got apathetic. Like, we stop, go shop, because we've tried everything. And that's a dangerous
Yeah,
place to be for both parties, right? Because now we see what's happened. Consequence for a lifetime for everybody, and say, oof, you don't want to be the one that's, yeah, started that train.
no, it's the whole kit and caboodle, man.
Mm,
Because it's like I always say with this league, because you'll say, oh, there's a shoddy ref night here, and this kind of thing. And what I always say is I can't get to the conspiracy part because as soon as I've gotten there, you've lost me as a fan,
hmm
right? Then my enjoyment of the game is gone,
Yeah.
and I'm just an analyst, and that's not something I ever want to be.
Mm,
I always want to be the fan first. I want you to know that I'm a Laker fan. I want you to know that I bleed purple and gold. But also, I know what's going on around this league as well,
speaking
and
of
that's the
which,
difference.
take me on a Laker rundown.
Laker rundown. Well, I gotta say, I was very disappointed the other night with the LA Lakers and their 20,000 point loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
Mm, I didn't see that one.
They didn't show up to play at all. You might as well have been playing 5-on-0, and it
Sweet
wouldn't have made
Lou,
a damn, huh?
Sweet Lou syndrome.
It wouldn't have made a dang bit of difference. And the thing is, when Sweet Lou wanted to play, he could play. But I'm not, and I'm not talking out of school when I say this. When Sweet Lou didn't want to play, he just disappeared.
What
Like
was
he
the
was a he
nickname? I
was
can't.
a
Hot pepper. What was the nickname with the chicken wings?
lemon pepper Lou. Yeah.
Yeah, see, they got the lemon pepper Lou syndrome there. Might have spent some time in Atlanta and
And I was after that, I was like, oh my goodness, we just lost by 20,000 points to the Hawks. And I know it's not 20,000. You don't have to put that in the comment section because I'm just being hyperbolic. this evening. And then they go out and they beat the Hornets by 10. So are we just picking and choosing nights that we don't show up now?
Okay. Okay. So your rundown's feeling down the middle? Or are you feeling positive? You
I'm right
feeling
down, I'm right down the middle with this team because
hmm,
we got off to such a hot start and now we've seen to be leveling out to that 500 team and we just seem to be coasting on our winning record. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good place to be.
what do you know what the record is right now?
8-3.
Okay.
But remember, we lost opening night, and then we reeled off a few wins, and then we've been playing 500 basketball basically ever since.
What are you thinking about tomorrow night?
Well, I tell you, after the thumping they just put on the Golden State Warriors,
Maybe they'll be tired.
actually, you know what, G? I just thought of something.
So
They just put a thumping on the Warriors, and I got an idea.
mhm.
But I don't know if I should do it because we normally put the podcast up at 6 o'clock. And if I'm doing a live stream, that kind of eats into my own.
Just content. It's all up there. Don't
But
worry about that.
That Laker Thunder game might be worth doing a live stream for
More content, the better if you're feeling up for it, man.
because there's no football on,
Yeah, nobody's going to be too fussed with the Lakers stream if you're offering it up.
huh?
Nobody's going to be too fussed with a Lakers stream, and if you're offering it up, that'd be pretty cool. A live
Here's
sesh.
my viewer discretion is advised comment here. When I'm watching a Laker game, I tend to get a little emotionally driven. I will say. SG's trying not to laugh at me as I'm saying this. And I say this because, and G knows this, I do my best not to curse too much on the podcasts and things, and even most of the live streams. But if that Laker game's close tomorrow night, there might be a few F bombs flying around.
Are we expecting a return from LeBron?
No, LeBron is not scheduled to return until at least the 18th, and if not then, the 23rd of November. His sciatica is
Hmm.
still acting up. You know what this is? And I'm going to say allegedly because I don't want to get sued or anything. But this is my allegedly to LeBron James. You know you're on your way out of Los Angeles, whether it be at the trade deadline or the off season, doesn't matter to me. And right now, I think, and I know you're 41, you got old man syndrome. I'm 41 too, and my body hurts every day, and I'm not a professional athlete. But you're pouting right and that's the way it looks because you seem awfully smug when we're getting beat and you seem disinterested when we're winning.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying that your injury isn't legitimate because I believe that it is, but your face gives away your emotion when you're around the team. And I've seen you and the way you look when we're losing versus when we're winning. And this is a heck of an allegation to put out there, but I think you'd rather us be losing right now, and I don't like that vibe
This
because I've
this
seen
is
both.
yeah. I think you're onto something there, man. I don't think you're out of turn by just saying what you see with your eyes, right? You know body language. You can't assume that humans are that different. We're not that different. We all have tells. Even when we think we don't have tells, we have tells,
Oh, I have tells too. I have tells all the time.
especially if there's a
But that
camera on you like LeBron is like for 3 hours straight. It's very easy to get a sense of where he's at with things because they keep showing his face. They keep showing his face. So got a lot of data, right? You're not taking this from two
what
random.
when we're winning, LeBron, you look how I look when they showed Taylor Swift on the TV at the football game. It just annoys me.
The begrudging, like, oh, good for them. They look happy. Good for them.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
And I
supposed
and
to
I
be
will
up
say
there, but good for them.
and
Good
I
for
will say this I will say this for all the Swifties. Immensely talented, right? I don't want you coming after me. She's immensely talented. She deserves all the success she has in life. But stay away from my Sunday, please. Stay away.
yeah. I think that's about done, isn't it? Like, unless the Chiefs start, becoming relevant again. Let's not get distracted here.
Well,
Le-
that's all I'm gonna say is she's a distraction.
Man, yeah. So that's a fair take. And if he were to be here and say, "Yeah, you're right," what do you think his next move is? If he's like, "You got me, Patton. I don't
I
want to
would
be here."
think it. I would think if the Lake, well, for one, nobody's gonna take your $53 million contract. So you're stuck here unless we can work a miracle.
Well, that's why I'm pouting, bro.
Well, then you
It's
can
like you
just
made your
retire,
bed.
LeBron.
Exactly. When you've made your bed, it's really hard to feel bad for somebody sleeping in it, right? It's like, but you made it the way you wanted. It's your
But if
bed.
you weren't like this your entire career, we'd have more sympathy for you. We'd
Yeah,
go, look at that guy who's got heart and soul, and it's sad that he's going out this way. But
yeah.
because you've been like this your entire career, we're just kind of like,
It's a little
can
exhausting.
this just can it just be over now, LeBron? Like, can you just go home?
Hmm. He's cooking up something though. I've got a feeling, man. Maybe you agree, disagree. Tell me, is he up to something?
Look, let me state this loud and clear, and I will use the word allegedly again,
Yeah.
because I don't want to get sued for defamation of character.
Oh, that'd be
But
good news.
I believe LeBron James is always up to something. I think LeBron James, and this is where I'm going to give him credit, so make note of this at 52:25 of this podcast. LeBron James is usually 3 steps ahead of anybody else in the NBA in terms of movement, in terms of knowing what he's going to do. Like, I guarantee you
Except for the
that
Luca
with,
thing.
I don't buy that either. I don't buy the whole I didn't know this thing. I think he said that to AD, and I think AD knew it too, and that's why he kind of flipped him the salute. And I think LeBron was in on this deal the whole time. And you know what?
But
In
that
20
does
years,
it benefit him? Because it doesn't benefit
of
him at
course it
all.
does. Of course it does.
By
He's got the
putting,
biggest, because he's got the biggest scapegoat in the world, or he's got the biggest patsy in the world. And let me explain to you how both of them work. If
mm,
they fail, well, Luca didn't do his thing, right? And I'm LeBron James, and I'm the greatest player of all time, and it's not my fault. This guy has a track record of him not doing anything,
it's true.
so I
Nobody would
can
ever
blame the.
blame AD. They would always blame him if it came down to it, and that's true.
That's right. And then you look at it from LeBron's point of view. If Luca helps him win, then he can say, "Oh, look, I helped this young lion get his first taste of success." And it is good to
Uh,
be a mentor to Luca and help him learn how to win. And here's the thing: he'll babyface himself. He'll babyface himself. He'll even be like, uh, "I just have to give a shout out to my boy Dwayne Wade for teaching me that all the way back in my Miami days." He will babyface himself. I guarantee you, he will.
Now, for the uninitiated, what does babyfacing mean?
Well, babyfacing is a heel term in wrestling where the bad guy pretends to be good, gains the trust of the people, and then as soon as the back is turned, bam, right upside the head, and then you get jumped.
Man, so knowing all of this, is there a next move that you foresee coming in the Kings' future?
Well, it depends on where the Lakers are when he returns. And judging
Let's
by where they are right now, he's not going to want to go anywhere.
Could he go to the
And
Clippers?
no, and here's why. Because the Lippers, the Clippers
That,
are garbage.
yeah, yeah.
But I think LeBron has now realized what he has around him. Because look, he's been sitting on the sideline since October 21st, right? He hasn't played a minute of ball this year.
Hmm.
And I have to say, he's looking at a roster with Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, a reformed DeAndre Ayton to this point,
Hmm.
who I'm a little worried about his health, but as far as his playing ability, he's kind of been reformed.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got a Maxi Kleber we haven't seen all year yet either.
Hmm.
So he has the tools around him to make him successful. This is this is the ideal LeBron James situation to be in. So
Hmm.
even though he's pouting now, I believe, that he's gonna stick around till the end of the year.
Man, I guess that would be the play if you were the John Cena, let's say, like if you're LeBron, you're seeing yourself as the guy that's going to end up on top eventually. You can kind of swallow the pride of riding shotgun in LA for a while, is what you're saying. He knows he'll pout, he'll do this, but he'll ride shotgun with Luca, knowing that serves the bigger
That
picture.
serves his greater purpose.
Respect. I respect that. That's good insight and probably very true. Or very close to accurate, I'm imagining. I don't know.
Because the pieces seem to fit right now in Los Angeles. And if you add even an aging LeBron, that still makes your team better, if for nothing else, to give you an extra body to throw out there.
Hey man, if they're winning like this without him, there's no way somebody that smart of a player is going to make you worse.
That's what I'm saying. It's best for LeBron to stay.
Yeah,
Now he might suggest to Luca and go, "Hey Luca, maybe we should trade Maxi to see if we can get something a little bit better." I like Maxi Kleber, but I'm not LeBron James, so I don't know what he's thinking.
that's the one thing about LA that he might just not have too much influence there anymore.
That's why I said maybe he goes to Luca and says, "Hey,
Right,
uh,
right. Go through the guy that has the influence. Yeah,
go
makes
through the
sense.
guy that has the influence."
It's like, by the
That's
way,
just my.
Bronny's your new best friend.
Do
He's gonna
we
need.
have to honor his 4-year contract? Can we just
It
send him to South Bay
it
and
depends how the next couple month or year whatever go with LeBron, right? If he brings you another chip, well, it looks like Bronny's staying for good. If he doesn't,
uh,
maybe you don't renew.
I'm always rooting for Chips regardless of what happens. So I,
Amen.
people always tell me, Mo, you should root for losing once in a while, and I'm like, you show me a good loser, I'll show you a loser.
I'll show you somebody that's got fired. New York Giants head coach, man. Like I was saying today, just that passive attitude of like, hey, we just lost a game where we had 95% chance to win with a minute left. Somehow we lost it again. Whoops. Like, nah, you can't have that attitude.
I think that Giants team is cursed. If I can be honest, because
Yeah,
every time it seems like they turn the corner, something happens to them. An injury, a trade, something. Because
a
look,
lot of pressure.
and I know this isn't excuse the tangent, basketball fans, but I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here. Danny Dimes goes to Indianapolis. They're 7-2. Are you kidding me right now?
Like,
Like,
yeah, my nephew's like, man, why couldn't he do that in Minnesota? I like Minnesota, man. I was like,
well, it
sometimes
wasn't
guy
in
just has to
Minnesota. It
find
was in
his
New
right.
York. But yeah, But
Sorry, not Danny
also,
Dimes. I was thinking of Darnold. That's who I was thinking of. Sorry,
oh
Darnold
yeah,
is still in
Darnold.
there.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
well, I'm loving it because he makes the stream so much more fun for me.
hell yeah.
But also, like, you look at, then you say, okay, we traded Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley, but we got Scatterboo, right? And we got Jackson Dart, and we got the keep the money flipping. It's all I know, and all
We
the
got a
Instagram
10-year
reels,
contract for a freaking coach. 10-year contract.
r- right? And then Scatterboo,
100 mil.
bam, out. Like, I just think that team is cursed. The
Yeah.
equivalent in the NBA would be the Washington Wizards.
Hey man, if anybody listened to the Pablo Torre podcast about witches, maybe it's not all fake. Yeah, maybe it's not all
Maybe it's
fake.
not all.
F
As a
around and
matter of
find
fact,
out, I guess.
As a matter of fact, of these three franchises, which has been had it worse? Is it the Brooklyn Nets, the Washington Wizards, or the New Orleans Pelicans? And if you want to throw a fourth one in there, I'll even throw in the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah. I feel like Charlotte's at least had some good times around like, hey, we know we're trash, but we got some fun. We have fun. Like we're not expecting to be anything but trash, so trash it up.
Like we can just roll out the ball and play, right?
Like, yeah, we're the bad news bears, we're the Bash brothers. Let's just they just want to get. So there's probably been some fun times in Charlotte, but the other ones, dude, feels dark. If you're asking me, man, the Washington and Brooklyn, it's a weird vibe, like Nick Claxton and some
The
guy named
Pelicans,
Clowney, and then the Pelicans, man, just such bad vibe. They're never on TV, don't even know who's playing for them. So eh, can it be an equal curse? They're all cursed.
and can we have a three-way tie for the most cursed team in the NBA?
So,
All right, well, it's been an hour, G. What do you say we do to the week this thing?
yeah. Absolutely, man. I had a good one that was oof. Gonna have to give me a minute. Do you have one off the top of your head?
I do, and it's more of a season accomplishment award because I
Okay.
was worried about this guy, and I know
Mm.
we're only a quarter way through the season. Don't put that in the comments either. Jonathan Kaminga gets my dude of the week for an overall giving Warriors fans something to be hopeful about going forward.
Man, that's a that's a good notion because there's a lot of Warriors fans out there that just want to see Steph do good, and it's probably going to depend on Kuminga being great. So here's fingers crossed he keeps that up.
Well,
Good dude.
tonight didn't help. Tonight,
Like I said, sometimes it's a goose egg kind of night.
yeah.
Sometimes, and my dude for the other side of things is going to be Cade Cunningham, but I feel like he's been duded with us a few times, so I'm gonna go one down the list on the Detroit Pistons roster, tip my hat to Duran, and go right on down to the two-way contract with a guy named Jenkins. And I'm not going to Leroy Jenkins you right now because I know it's late, but this guy put them into overtime with one of the gnarliest clutch time, not running from the moment. Jenkins.
I almost gave it to what's that kid's name on LA, the Nick Smith Jr. But it was like
Oh,
but it was like a one night performance, and Kaminga's just been more consistent with it.
yeah.
So I thought Jonathan Kaminga deserved it more,
Mm,
you know. And you're right, for us, a lot of our dudes of the week do tend to overlap. So I'll tell you what, at the end of the year, we'll have a dude of the year
that's a good call.
as
Special
well.
shout out to Brandon Ingram. Keep it up. I love the enthusiasm.
Yeah, we're not gonna go there tonight.
Just saying, I love
It's
the
too
enthusiasm.
it's too late. Curb your enthusiasm is what I have to say to Brandon Ingram.
Nice.
But
Very nice.
any final thoughts before we wrap this one up, G?
Curses are real. Lakers suck. Go Raptors.
Chris is a real Lakers sucks go Raptors. Uh happy Veterans Day, happy Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
Lest we forget,
Hmm.
thank you for your service, no matter where you're watching from. And until next time, may your ego come from a place that keeps you humble. I'm Mo Money. Mamba out.